Hello everybody, this is Miss Rose Makali, and for today, we're going to tackle about the properties of human language. But first, let us talk about what is human language. When we study human language, we are approaching what some might call the human essence, the distinctive qualities of mind that are, so far as we know, unique to man. Human language is generative, which means that it can communicate in an infinite number of ideas from a finite number of parts. Human language is also recursive. This means it can build upon itself without limits. And of course, the origin of human language are disputed because there is a lack of direct evidence. Aside from identifying the definition of the human language also has its own characteristics. Human language is a mean of communication. Language is the most powerful, convenient, and permanent means and form of communication. It is the best means of self expression. It is through language that humans express their thoughts, desires, emotions, and feelings. It is through it they store knowledge, transmit the message, transfer knowledge and experience from one person to another, from one generation to another. Next is human language has rules and meanings. All languages have a grammar, and native speakers of a language have internalized the rules of the language's grammar. Aside from it, human language is also symbolic. The symbolism of language is a necessary consequences of the feature of arbitrariness discussed above. A symbol stands for something else. It is something that serves as a substitute. Language. And the last characteristic of human language is systematic. Although the language is symbolic, yet its symbols are arranged in a particular system. All languages have their system of arrangements. Though symbols in each human language is finite, they can be arranged infinitely. That is to say, we can produce an infinite set of sentences to a finite set of symbols. So now that we are all caught up what is the meaning of human language and its characteristics, let's now start with the properties of human language. First property of human language is the displacement. It allows language users to talk about things and events not present in the immediate environment. Humans can refer to past and future time. Indeed, displacement also allows us to talk about things and places, such as the angels and fairies, heaven and hell. Of course, animal communication is. Next is the arbitrariness, the aspect of language where there is no natural connection between linguistic signs and objects. For example, there is no natural connection between the word table and the object made of wood with poles to support and a flat top. For the majority of animal signals, there does appear to be clear connection between the conveyed message and signal used to convey it. For example, establishing territory and mating season gestures. Next up is the productivity. This describes as productivity or creativity or even open-endedness. The potential number of utterances in any human language is infinite. Humans are continually creating new expressions and novel utterances by manipulating their linguistic resources to describe new objects and situations. It means that the potential number of utterances in the human language is infinite. The communication systems of animals are limited. For example, cicadas have only 4 signals to convey any message. Vervet monkeys have 36. Up next is the cultural transmission. The process whereby a language is passed from one generation to the another is described as cultural transmission. For example, if an infant born in Korea is adopted by American parents, the child will be able to speak fluent American English in US, while his or her physical appearances will be Korean. But this never happens in animals. The general pattern in animal communication is that creatures are born with a set of specific signals that are produced instinctively. Though they can understand other animal signals in a vague way, they can never adopt other animal signals. Next is duality. Human language is organized at two levels or layers simultaneously. This property is called duality or double articulation. We have a physical level at which we can produce individual sounds line N, B, and I. As individual sounds, they don't mean anything, but we're able to combine them into bin or nib. So at one level we can distinct sounds, and in another level we have distinct meanings. This is one of the economical features of human language, but we are able to produce innumerable number of meanings with a limited number. And the last property for the human language is discreteness. The human language is consists of discrete or distinctive units of sound. Discreteness in language describes that the fact that human language is composed of sets of distinct sounds, one sound on its own way may convey one meaning. Multiple sounds combined in a particular order convey a different meaning. Even repeated sounds have a particular meaning. So that would be all. Thank you and have a good day.